Greetings, heroes and Force users of all ages, and welcome back to Inside the Tauntaun, a podcast in the multiverse of fandom. I'm Dino DeCandros, and I'm joined by my dear friends, Alyssa Simmons
Hello.
and Daniel Dawson.
Hello there.
And here we are,
Whoa.
all together,
Can you believe
celebrating the holiday season, looking back at the year that was, and looking forward to the year to come in entertainment. We're going to talk about all the things we covered on the show this year and what stuck out to us, maybe even some things we didn't get to. And then we're going to talk about the gigantic year that is ahead of us. Very exciting
baby.
year.
It's big?
Oh, baby.
And by God, we are a fan of Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings.
Batman.
Let's just face it, we're
Batman.
nerds. We're nerds. We like
nerds.
We like nerd stuff.
Amen.
Amen.
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
I am Iron.
I thought they smelled bad. On the outside.
Smells like a new car in here.
Inside the Tauntaun, this is our opening song. Alyssa, Daniel, Dino, talking nerd stuff, come along. Inside the Tauntaun podcast, please like and subscribe.
I thought we were freaking holding for like an actual technical problem, and those of you who are listening
Merry Christmas, Alyssa and Dino. Ho, 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 ho.
yikes,
Welcome to my podcast.
that actually is like really staying really hooked
Yes,
on.
nice, right?
Daniel has transformed his face into Father
Into-
Christmas.
And you would only get this.
Popo Gijo.
No,
Wow, look
Saint
at
Nick.
you.
But
Oh,
yes,
you
God.
look great.
a special edition. If
Just
you
for
are
YouTube
watching.
peoples, you
Just
get
for
to see
YouTube people.
what he looks
I
like.
am so sorry. Oh look, now I'm a Christmas cockroach.
Jeez.
Ah,
My-
Gosh,
grotesque.
That is awful. Why
I'm
does
grotesque.
that
so
exist?
sorry. I really honestly do not understand what is wrong with people, but you know.
Oh
Hey,
my
now
God.
I'm a Christmas pickle.
You look like a VeggieTales character
Oh,
for
I
sure.
am a VeggieTales character. Oh, I loved VeggieTales because I'm a
Yeah.
Christian. Oh, sorry.
Well,
Well,
Merry Christmas,
Oh.
you
Merry
filthy
Christmas.
animals.
Christmas,
Happy
guys.
Hanukkah to our Jewish
Both.
friends.
Yeah, the Hanukkah
fourth
is,
night
They all- it
tonight.
all
when
lines
we're
up.
recording.
Is
Look
it
at
fourth or
this.
fifth night? I can't.
Yeah, it's the farth.
The fourth. Very excited.
So that would mean
Um,
what day 6 is on day 7 is Christmas?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty late this year. I
Wow,
think,
that lined up nicely.
it did.
Great year for Jews who celebrate Christmas and 'cause
Sure.
people
Sure.
who
And-
also celebrate Hanukkah.
Mhm,
So-
mhm. You
Wow, I'm really glad to see you both
Oh,
inside
God.
this
It's
Tauntaun.
been a year,
been-
folks,
been
we
a
have
year.
been very busy.
which is a
which
good
is
thing,
good.
but
we were busy.
it's been difficult to get us all.
Period. It's been difficult.
It's been difficult. It's just been
It's
difficult.
just been difficult. There's no way around it.
I think everyone understands that.
I get it.
Yeah.
The Christmas pickle understands too.
Oh, thank goodness.
Praise the pickle.
Mhm.
Well,
My
how
dog walked
has
away
the-
too. She was disgusted
Oh,
with me.
Maggie
She's just
hated-
like,
hated
I
your
hate
life
this
choices."
comedy. It's so it's just awful. Sorry,
So over
Maggie.
it.
Jeez.
Well, how is the holiday season treating you both
Well,
so far?
it
Daniel?
has been nothing really, mostly, if not nothing but Christmas caroling for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Christmas caroling gypsy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
just it's been actually I think that everybody's like hella overcompensating for
Mhm,
the fact that we were in a pandemic
Gone.
and everything.
Oh, right.
Even though technically we're still in a pandemic, I guess. Just like, yeah, this is actually, I think, I'm pretty positive it is the craziest, like, the most gigs that I've had in a season.
And you
Wow.
have been caroling for how many seasons?
For
20.
500 years. No, this
but
is
really
my
though, for 20,
this is my 23rd season.
so crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Just
Same
cuckoo crazy.
company, right?
Because I'm 80. What? Same company too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am lazy and I don't like to learn other books.
Uh,
I mean,
to be honest, once you have learned one book, there is
That's
no
enough.
need to ever put yourself through learning another one.
It's hard.
It's
And I don't
very
like
hard.
challenges.
Not for Christmas caroling. It's
No.
supposed to be easy money. That's it.
I mean, like, listen, if like for whatever reason the company like started just not making money or whatever it might be, or the book explodes and nobody remembers what the music was. I don't know. Then maybe I might consider going to another. But I mean, there's no reason to. So yeah.
no.
We're all
maybe
having
we'll
a good
start
time.
one.
But it's been
Right.
been that, and sprinkled with some little Christmas like holiday things here and there, seeing friends as often as I can. I don't know about you guys, but I like am a bear, I think, because I am preparing for my hibernation, I guess. Cause
Oh, I thought you were telling me you were a gay bear.
Well, and I couldn't decide
And I
what
was
you were
like,
talking
I don't
about. It
think
was
that's
either
true.
that
I
or-
don't think
yeah.
you understand what a gay bear is.
I don't think you understand what that is.
You could maybe be like a cub,
Oh, maybe.
but not a
Yeah,
not
I
a
guess
gay
it depends
bear.
on how much I've shaved. But I think, but yeah, no. I eat a lot.
A lot of honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lots
you're,
and lots
you're
of honey,
preparing,
exactly.
You're preparing for hibernation like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
I see.
Dad
Nice.
is
Just
a
eating
little-
jars of honey on his couch.
Correct.
Just
Oh,
straight up
bother.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh bother, give me lots of honey. I am a little thicker. I don't mind it though.
Oh.
I'm having a great time.
Great.
Well, that's good.
What about
I
you,
support
Dino?
you. Dino?
Oh, the holiday season has been just fine. I just got back to Houston. I haven't been
Houston.
here since this time last year.
It's the
Wow.
holiday season.
I just finished moving into an apartment in New Jersey,
Jersey.
Ew.
The flower state.
the Garden State,
Garden state, close.
the Flower State.
Flower.
That has dominated much of my time.
Mhm.
Sure.
I barely even remember your face.
Yeah, I can't.
No
I
response
truly
to
thought that your internet just went out.
Just
I
died.
really did. But it was just like, hello,
I,
darkness,
um,
my old friend.
Well, you're
Is that-
going on a trip. Like,
yes, I'm
tomorrow
gonna
or
go.
the other
I'm going
day after tomorrow?
to England and Scotland over the
my
next
God.
10 days
So
right
freaking
after
exciting.
Christmas.
Although it
which will
might
be
end up like, Home Alone 2,
where I don't go.
Yeah,
Where
because
you-
everybody goes on vacation and then you get left
They go
behind
and you
Oh,
just
I
go
get
to New
left here?
York.
Yeah.
I get stuck in New York,
The Plaza Hotel. Ding,
That'd be
dang,
great, actually.
dong.
ride around in a limousine, eat pizza,
Oh,
Your
That's,
very
like,
own
ideal.
cheese pizza.
cheese pizza, compliments of the Plaza Hotel.
Have a lovely day. Love that
yeah,
movie.
no, I've kind of just turned my brain off, and I'm trying to TV. I haven't been watching, and
Mhm.
There's too much.
there's too much. There's just too
So
much.
many
I think
things.
I've reached me limit.
I think that actually might be a topic.
Oh, yeah,
we
for sure.
we get into here, but
Definitely.
no, but
Too much in too little of time.
Happy
Mm-hmm.
to be home with family. How about you, Alyssa?
Just been very busy at the
Yes.
theme parks,
theme
doing the
park queen.
Christmassy things there.
Mhm.
And I'm not caroling this year,
Oh, what a
and
glorious thing.
that's been nice.
Nice.
And yeah, just trying to, still do Christmassy holiday-y things when I'm not working.
How are the people
So,
at the parks? Are they like exhausting or are they like, pretty like, oh,
You
that's
know,
nice?
the stuff that I do there now, it's not like it's more street level performing.
She's from
like-
the streets.
I'm a street urchin now. No, I just
Mhm.
mean like,
So you're the Hawkeye of performers.
yeah,
Right,
that's
right,
it. That's
sure.
right.
Uh-huh.
When we were doing the ice play,
Oh, yes.
it, was like 2,000 people every hour. And like
Yes.
the energy of that is like really kooky crazy.
Yes.
And with what I do now, like, maybe 100 people are huddled around.
Oh, that's
Like,
nice.
So it's less like, and I get to like engage more with like little kids and stuff. And
You get to hit the children
feels,
more.
I get to beat them.
That's good. Great.
That's goes back to my street urchin.
Right.
So
Persona.
they beat her and beat her.
Gosh.
That's the worst reference yet.
It's awful.
That's the
That's
worst
the
reference.
worst one.
Yeah, so that's pretty much been it. We did do cookies baking at my family's 2 nights ago.
Cute.
So we
Nice.
did.
I didn't get one of them.
Well, yeah, it's not over yet. The season's not over, so maybe you'll get a tin.
I want Linda's cookies. She makes
Anyways.
a damn good cookie.
Nice.
Yeah, I have had the last couple of days off, so I've been
That's
catching
great.
up on TV and stuff.
Oh my god.
Well, I saw on your Instagram story you were reading some Dr. Afra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting caught up. I was about 10 books behind.
My God.
Yeah,
I'm
I
curious
went-
too. Like, I know there's like there's lesbians, and then like
Yeah.
did it feel like a slow trickle, and then it was like lesbians, or was it pretty much like? Has it been like?
It's just always been there.
That's so
Yeah.
great. I love it so
Yeah.
much.
It's just
They're just not shying away from it. It's
No, there's trans characters and there's
that makes me
non-binary
so
folks.
flippin' happy.
and- yeah, it's really great. The writer of the comic actually responded because I tagged her in my
Ah!
little story.
Oh, no
How
way.
cool!
Yeah, and it was
We're
really
famous.
she was just like, thanks so much they were like, thanks so much for sharing this. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the comics. And
That's
so
effing cool.
yeah.
We'll
Do
have
they want to come on?
Yeah, we'll have to try to meet them at the
Yeah,
at the next
seriously.
con.
They had remember I tried at Comic-Con because they were there,
Oh, were they busy?
but it was like a super short, like little teeny blip, and they were at like the gay booth for like
Oh.
like
The
an
gay
hour.
booth.
Yeah, the one and only
Yes.
for like an hour, and you and I were in a panel or something.
Oh, we
so.
were very busy.
Yeah.
So busy.
Or perhaps it was even a celebration. It was a celebration, not Comic-Con. Sorry. Is it celebration?
Oh, sure, gotcha. And there
Mhm,
was
mhm.
literally one little
Because
little
we
table.
were, yeah. Well, and at celebration, we were like in panels most of the days.
Yes.
So not so much walking
Busy.
around.
It's very
But
busy.
well, I guess should we talk about all the stuff that we have covered? in
Gang,
this
tell me what you
year?
liked this year.
It was a
Maybe,
big
but maybe
year.
we'll start in tiers. So
I mean,
what did you like that we covered?
Well, first of all, list them off. Like what?
Oh, okay.
All the
You want me to
things-
do the big list
all the
right
things
now?
is in. All the
Okay.
things is in. Can you
Okay.
please?
Here's what we covered this year. We covered the Book of Boba Fett.
Wow,
I can't
We
believe that was
covered-
this year.
I know.
I know, wild. We covered the Harry Potter 20th anniversary Return to Hogwarts
Wow.
special. We covered the Batman. We covered Moon Knight, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Miss Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, Rings of Power, Andor, and Black Panther. Wakanda Forever.
Jeez, it was a lot. It was a lot this year,
God.
and that's just the stuff
Yeah.
that we did cover, and there was still more things that we
Yeah.
couldn't.
We did 34 episodes this year.
Wow, we're slacking.
I mean,
Got to make it 50 next year.
That's right.
we kind of were, and we still
We-
Truly.
pulled out 34
we did have to
damn
take some
episodes.
breaks.
Yeah,
did.
I mean,
Mhm. So
Wow.
And for
yeah,
that, we
what
understand.
were your standouts? What were your favorite things that we covered?
Easy standout is Andor for me.
Yeah. yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super easy. I mean, there are numerous standouts, but I think if you're gonna put a gun to my head, I think that's the biggest standout. I think it was also just because it was like the biggest surprise too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I don't think that anybody was really expecting it to be like this really special, like potentially one of the best Star Wars things we've seen
Ever.
ever. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Very cool.
I think there's a lot to be said for that because we had we didn't have like crazy expectations.
No. I had
Like
zero
we just were like,
expectations,
yeah, we're
really.
probably gonna enjoy this.
He's like, I don't need it, but I'll take
But
it.
Yeah, nobody asked for it.
yeah, so definitely Andor, big standout.
So we're all pretty much in agreement about that.
Yeah, I would say number 1 Andor for me. Number 2,
The poop.
no. I think from what we covered, perhaps Moon Knight.
Yeah,
I really-
Moon Knight was pretty sick.
I really enjoyed Moon Knight. And
Yeah, trying to unpack Moon Knight was one of the toughest ones to cover, I think, because
All of us don't really know it.
yeah, well,
was- it
yeah,
was all
not being
very
super
new for
familiar.
all of us.
Yeah, not being super familiar with the source material, but it was a wild ride, and it
Yeah.
was really hard to
then that season finale
make sense of it.
switch up was like, whoa,
And we're
what?
still not sure to this day, like,
No.
if what we saw was actually what it was, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
then
exciting.
my number 3 slot is the Rings of Power.
Oh, Rings of Power was sick. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it too. I really did.
So those were my top 3.
It's a good
of the
top
things we
threes.
covered.
Very good top threes. I would probably agree with I will say though, I really enjoyed covering Obi-Wan too. I mean, I know it wasn't really like the best show of the year, but like there was some really like quite amazing fan service going on, like especially in like the finale episode. It's our most viewed episode on YouTube, actually.
That finale.
That
Yeah.
finale, yes.
Mhm.
Because I think
Yeah, when Obi-Wan got good, it was very, very good.
it was really good, and I think that I think a lot of people were hyping about it too, which is like says why that video happened to be the.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really great thumbnail too. I'm sure, but it had nothing to do with.
Those
No.
of you who I'm going to give you a small insight into the brain of Daniel Dawson.
Oh my
Don't do
god!
that.
On a weekly basis, I'm not going to monologue about this for very long, but on a weekly basis, Daniel tries to figure out how we can get the internet to pay attention to us with
oh my god! you guys.
not really so much with our actual content, but
No.
with the thumbnails
Man.
and the posting time and the analytics of it all. So
You guys, thumbnails. That's where it's at.
sometimes
Allegedly.
I mean,
I don't know.
sometimes. Oh, but yes, that Obi-Wan was absolutely. I mean, I don't think any of us will discredit the series for making Darth Vader really freaking scary.
Yeah, there
for
were some
perhaps
intense
other
moments.
than Rogue One, like some serious Darth Vader scariness.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that fight in the
Mhm.
finale, and
Mhm.
when he like basically like destroyed his mask again, and like him kind of like sort of like not apologizing, but or not like giving Obi-Wan a pass, but like kind of like helping him let go. I think all
Well,
of that was like
Yeah, well,
heartbreaking.
wearing it as a sick badge of honor. It's like, oh no, you didn't kill me, I did.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Like
Ugh.
I just like get chills
I'm not going to
thinking
give you
about
credit for it.
And,
Yeah,
like-
no, it was
Ooh.
it. And his
And
speech.
the makings of Leia too. That was really
Yes.
special for me to get
and
to see
unexpected in
all
that
of that.
series.
Yeah, I was not
Yeah.
expecting that.
And
at all.
then fucking Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, we all like
Yeah.
knew he was coming, but then it happened, and it was like, yeah, that
Well,
was
letting-
great.
Yeah, letting Ewan McGregor really get to get more emotionally involved in Obi-Wan than he ever got the chance to
Yeah.
previously, and I was happy for him, and I was happy for Hayden Christensen. Come
Me
back,
too.
come back
Absolutely.
back,
Triumphant
character of the year.
return.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Did,
I mean,
did you have anything that you just were like, why did we cover that?
I don't know about like I don't think
I know that
don't
there were
regret-
some things that weren't your favorite.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I will start it by saying I don't regret covering anything that we covered, because I
but it was still a fun time.
yeah, it's always a fun time talking to you guys, and I like regardless of what it's about. If I was gonna say probably my least favorite though in the year, it pains me to say, but She-Hulk for me.
Okay.
Yeah. It was yeah, She-Hulk.
That's fair. Dino, did you have
For
a
numerous reasons, but yeah.
just
Well, for me, it's tough because especially it was during the summer when I was really absent
You're
because
so busy,
I was
yeah.
just
She was real
busy among things. But during that time, or it was really later in the summer, I think it was Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
and it was the show itself. I like the character, and I'm
too.
excited to see her in
sure
the Marvels.
other
and,
stuff.
and you know what I also appreciated about that show that since I don't think I took part in many of those episodes, I think the thing I appreciated about it was the cultural
Yes.
exploration.
Very,
and,
very
and
cool.
something that Moon Knight did really well as well, with just
Egyptian
opening us
culture
up to new explorations of culture, and Black Panther continued that trend.
Totally.
And I think that's a really positive development for Marvel, and just
But Black Panther, I think maybe Black Panther just had, like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because it's already an existing like franchise, and there's so much story behind it. But even the first one too, like I think there was just better storytelling like happening. Maybe it might just be a writing thing. But I'm not a writer or a director or anything. I just kind of I feel like I enjoyed.
That's just what your preference was.
It's my preference, I
You
guess.
preferred, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm kind of on board with you with Miss Marvel. I think it was it's not like a close tie to She-Hulk, because I think that She-Hulk still was a little less for me, but again, She-Hulk had its ups and its upside too. Like I truly believe that like the first and last episode of that were like so great, and I was like that. I was just hoping that, and actually the same thing with Miss Marvel. Actually, I don't know about necessarily the first and last episode, but I just remember it starting in this like kind of style that was very unique, and but also kind of like reminiscent of. I think we talked about it. It was like reminiscent of.
Scott Pilgrim.
Totally.
Heartstopper. And
yes,
very
exactly.
youthful energy.
Mm-hmm. And then that kind of like it went away, and it became something completely new, and it was like then it became like a really like a high budget like History Channel like thing, but also with like fantastical superpowers. Yeah. I don't. It was. I enjoyed watching that story, but yeah, I guess it did like leave a little lacking, I think.
But you know what? In the same vein as Miss Marvel, I appreciate. I think they nailed the casting of her
Very much.
Like Tatiana Maslany is going to be a great
and their whole
asset
family
to Marvel going forward. Yeah, I don't know. I think the nail on the head. It was just kind of tonally uneven. I wish they had kind of picked a direction and run with it.
Yeah.
Because any one of them would have been good. I think it was just
probably
the fact that, there was
it was just a little scattered.
Attempted.
Yeah, it's trying to find its. Maybe they kind of needed to just in this first season they weren't sure what they wanted, so they kind of threw everything at it. So they just see what stuck, and maybe they'll kind of lean into that for the next season.
Well, Alyssa, this is a question for you because Daniel and I remember when we covered Black Panther, we kind of put a bow on Phase 4 of the MCU.
Yes.
And what are your feelings in the post Endgame, the first phase post Endgame?
Yeah.
The highs and lows.
Yeah, I think that there's been some growing pains, perhaps is a way to say that. I think the fun thing about Marvel and just all superhero things in general is that, and we've said this about Star Wars like a million times, like there's not every single character or every single story is going to be for you. That's just not the way it's going to be. my family like loved Miss Marvel. That was like their favorite thing that they've seen.
Oh my god, amazing!
Great.
Grace hasn't liked a Marvel movie in a super long time, and she loved Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
like,
cool.
you know, I think there's a lot to be said for like, obviously not everyone is going to like every single thing.
Sure.
Especially as we are introducing new characters.
Yeah.
So, you know, because it's like
It would
we've
be a
gotta,
miracle.
Like, oh yeah, there's just
if
no
you were
way.
just like, oh
There's
my
just
god,
no
everything
way.
is amazing. Everything is so good. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited about where we're going. I thoroughly enjoyed myself this last year and everything that we've gotten as far as Disney Plus series and movies. But yeah, I'm very excited for where we're going
Yeah, me too.
based
Very
on the characters that have been introduced and how just perfectly the 8 comic book arc of Secret Invasion is. Like, I know I'm getting ahead of myself talking about upcoming projects, but like that is just
Exciting.
so thrilling for me because that 8-book arc is perhaps one of the most brilliantly written pieces of work. Like, it's gonna be a thrill.
I'm excited too, but
But,
I don't even know what it is.
Yes, and Secret Invasion, and then we got the official confirmation.
Uh-oh.
Next big Avengers team up.
You gotta say that
Oh,
one more
yes.
time.
You
only
say it one more
because
time. You blipped away.
Did I blinked away?
You blipped.
Yeah.
I got snapped.
You did.
No. This year we got the official announcement of Kang Dynasty and
Yes.
Secret Wars being
Yes.
kind of the next big.
Which is what we've been
event.
saying, where we've been thinking that's where they're going with all of these character setups.
And yeah, if you want to top Endgame in terms of size, excuse me,
bless
you
you.
do it
Bless
with a
you.
sneeze.
You do with a sneeze.
That's the way to go. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them starting with Ant-Man next year. I can't wait to see them start incorporating Jonathan Majors
Yeah.
in his very many forms.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an
What a
interesting
challenge that will be as an actor.
Yeah. What a thing to be like, yeah, you're cast in this role, but like you're going to play probably like 20 different versions.
Yeah.
And maybe in the same movie. Not
Potentially.
Ant-Man,
Uh-huh.
but I'm thinking Kang Dynasty, that's probably what that means.
We're just
For
gonna see all of it.
sure.
It's gonna be
Oh,
like
it's gonna be
the
wild.
actor's dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to harp on things we didn't care for too much, but before we move on in the conversation,
You got
my
it. You gotta give it to us.
my thing that I was just kind of like, oh yeah, oh well, was Thor: Love and Thunder.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that too.
I still had a fun time because the thing is, like, I am not a picky fan.
Yes.
I will
Sure.
still enjoy myself. I just like, I will, you know, it's hard to not be like, well, that just didn't really do it for me in the
Yeah.
way that XYZ did it for me.
Yeah,
So-
honestly, like all the things that we covered, truly, there was zero of the things that we covered on the show that I was like absolutely like, ew, I did not like
Yeah,
this. There was
no,
nothing redeemable about this. It was bad. Like that, yeah. I think everything we covered, I found enjoyment.
Honestly, I think the closest we've ever gotten to that was what we started with, which was Rise of
Yeah,
Skywalker.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we didn't
that's
even want to
true.
admit at the
With the
time that we
close-
didn't. Yeah.
With the close second of the Bad Batch. I
Yeah,
think that's probably
I like the
most negative
bag
thing
badge.
then.
There was a lot of redeeming qualities of that.
But every other episode, we were like, okay.
Let's get to it.
so-
Can we to it?
Yeah.
So this episode.
Land the plane, Bad Batch. Land the plane.
Where are we going?
Oh, wow.
But there were some very thrilling
No, you're right.
things
You're right.
that they put in there for sure.
This is true.
Um,
So here's my next question for you both.
Yes.
What were some things that you watched this year that we didn't cover that you enjoyed?
well, I will tell you. That we that we did cover that we didn't.
We did not cover, but you enjoyed.
Do you have
That-
There
another?
was
that
a
would
lot of
be-
other. There was a lot of other nerd content that
Oh,
came.
I
I
out
was
this
going to
year
say
that we did not
within
cover.
the
Oh.
realm of stuff we like.
Yes, yes,
yes.
I will
Yeah.
say, and this is within the realm of things that most of us like, but the one that I'm like bummed that we didn't cover was Game of Thrones. Sorry, not
Yes,
Game of Thrones.
that's
but
what I.
House
That's
of
what I
Dragon.
thought
House
you
of the
were going to
Dragon.
say.
Yeah.
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 for
I'm with
sure.
you there.
You too, Dino. That was your one thing you super enjoyed.
House of Dragon is way up there, and then
It was a spectacular show.
I didn't spend a lot of time in a movie theater. I think I only saw 3 movies in a theater this year, and that was more just a condition of how the year went. But
You have a
I
condition?
finally saw Top Gun. And
Oh yeah, it's fun, huh?
Top Gun.
I just smiled.
It
I
was
like,
dope.
great.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a fun time from start
Yeah.
to finish.
Which is exactly what I wanted from it.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And I even knowing the Rotten Tomatoes score, I still went into it with my arms crossed and like it just forced it
Just
open.
Yeah, it's just fun knowing what lengths they went to capture like all the shots. They got. I was like, this is
actual
so cool.
shots.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, pretty
like
pretty
Tom
epic.
Cruise like actually doing some of these things too, which is
Mhm.
like
Yes,
absolutely
yes.
bonkers to me. Still blows my mind.
Yeah,
about
it's
you?
it.
Oh,
I had a couple of things that I watched this year that I just loved. The final season of Lock and Key.
Oh, I don't even know
I
what that is.
just- Oh gosh, it is so fun. I read all the comics.
Oh, it's a
it's
comic
like,
book.
Yes.
Where is it? What is it on even?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah, it's like if the Chronicles of Narnia and Stranger Things had a baby.
Oh, interesting.
Fascinating.
So it's dark and mysterious,
But also has
and-
Jesus in it.
No Jesus.
Oh, okay.
That no Jesus. That part is more Stranger Things.
Okay, got it. Sure.
But yeah, it's great. There are 3 seasons, 4 seasons, 3. I want
okay.
to say 3. But it's a fun time. I highly recommend it.
And it's a cartoon?
No, it's live
Oh,
action.
it's live action.
Mhm.
Why have I not heard of this?
I don't
Very
know.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, and it's very very true to the books. So
Cool.
it was just fun to see it come to life.
That's great. And it was well
Um,
cast and all that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's and twisty turny and
Twisty
it's fun.
turnies.
And I loved The Sandman, which was a DC comic written
You
by
had said that.
Neil Gaiman.
Yes.
And for me, I love, fantasy and theology, and it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the perfect
Mixing that
blend
together.
of those
Yeah.
two. It's beautifully shot. Cast is insanely talented, and yeah, it's like watching art, like just like visual art on screen. So
We got to
Wow.
see some really pretty stuff
yeah,
this
but
year.
highly recommend The Sandman. It does get quite dark at times, but
But not too
I-
spooky for you.
no, not like spooky scary, just kind of like dark as in dark themes.
You just got to
Like-
turn up
Gotcha.
the brightness on your TV a little bit.
Yeah, it's so dark.
Actually, speaking of that, and the show that we just spoke about, that show required a lot of.
Oh, she
turning up your
could
brightness
not
on your
watch
TV.
it during the daytime if there was
No.
any glare or anything.
Literally, even in the nighttime, like it was all the rage on Twitter. People were like rage tweeting about like, I can't believe that after all this time, they still can't get the brightness right. They're yeah, and I understand. Like, I'm sure it saves them a lot of money and on lighting and all the things, but they have this new. I know it's not a new technique. It's actually a pretty old technique, but they film in the daytime, but then they use an overall filter that makes it look like it's nighttime. And by doing that, it just is so dark. But they did that a lot in House of Dragon, and it was very hard to see.
That's silly.
But from what I did see of the show, it was very, very good.
It was. It feels like Game of Thrones again.
It really does. Like good.
They
Game of
captured the best
Thrones.
bits. They captured the
Yeah.
best bits of it.
They certainly did. Not as much boobies or penises though.
Okay.
No, they scaled back.
They did scale back on the boobies and penis. Boobies and
I still-
penis, boobies and penis.
Although
There's a song
there was
somewhere.
plenty of controversy as far as
Certainly.
depictions of that sort of stuff and who it involved. And
Oh my goodness. Have you had the Negroni Spagliato with prosecco in it?
The drink that apparently everyone is obsessed with because of that show.
Because of
I
of
have
her. She said like, "Oh, what's your favorite drink?" And she said and she said this on TikTok and it like became like
It just blew up.
all the rage. It's a
That's so
disgusting
silly.
drink, by the way. It's
I
absolutely.
won't. I
That
won't
doesn't
try it.
sound
Thank
like I
you.
want it.
I mean, if you like Campari, which
I've had it maybe twice in my life. I could take it or leave it.
yeah, it turns out it's not good.
Oh,
anyways,
my
moving on.
my final show that I watched.
Oh
That
yes.
I'm currently watching season 4 because it's being released weekly right now. Is the Doom Patrol on HBO?
Oh,
It's a DC
yeah, you told me
comic.
about that too, and I still haven't watched it yet.
It's a show made for Daniel Dawson. There are killer butts in it. I mean, no,
I
it's
actually
really
wrote it.
great. It's a dark comedy. The comic wise premiered the same year as the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So a lot of people consider it the X-Men equivalent for DC. So it's a bunch of misfits with a complicated, they all live in a house together with a complicated guy in a wheelchair. I mean, I don't know who stole from who, but they always stole from each other.
Yes.
But anyhow, it's really fantastic. The cast, Brendan Fraser plays Robot Man in
Oh,
it,
cool.
and he is
This is news.
great.
We've been mispronouncing his name.
Oh, how do you say it?
It is Fraser, like a razor.
Fraser. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Brendan Fraser.
He just didn't correct.
He just never
anyone.
corrected
He
anyone?
never corrected anybody until
What?
like
Man.
very recently. Yeah, his
Oh my
name
gosh!
is.
And now he's like, now everyone loves me again. Let
Yeah,
me
it's
tell
like, I
you
might as
how
well
to
tap-
say my name.
So
Oh,
yeah,
God,
you heard
love
it here
him.
first, folks. Is Brendan Fraser
Fraser. Okay. Well,
from the man
Yeah.
himself.
so those are my
Still feels weird,
recs
but-
for things that we didn't cover.
Well, okay, so you watched these two DC series. What do we think about the news of Peter Safran and James Gunn
The
basically commandeering DC and saying, ours now?
yeah,
You know,
it's quite the news.
I feel good about it because the show, like, did either of you
James
watch?
Gunn is a very capable.
He's great. Did either of you
person.
watch Peacemaker?
No,
John
I didn't
Cena
watch that
show?
either.
Okay, it's great. That
That's
was
what I
James
hear.
Gunn's show. It's great start to finish. Like, it is weird and has heart and is funny and is, what you want from a
Doesn't
comic
that
book.
have a lot of gore in it too, or is that I'm thinking of a different?
It does, but it's like how I felt about Suicide Squad. It's so ridiculously gory
Got
that
it.
I'm like, I'm
It
fine.
circles back around to being
Yeah, because I'm
Got
like,
it.
this is so absurd that I know that it's not real.
Got it.
Yes, there's quite a bit of gore.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think that they're gonna do great things.
Yeah, and
I'm-
I think that's I mean it's very jarring for a lot of people, but like James Gunn I think is doing, yeah, he came in and is not being like precious about really
No, and the
anything.
things that were like in pre-pro that have been canceled, it's like you guys, you needed fresh eyes in there to be like,
You really did.
Well,
We
what was
don't
the
need
DC
a third-
universe?
we don't need a third
Nobody
Wonder
knew.
Woman movie. We
Nobody
don't.
knew
Yeah,
what
exactly.
the DC universe was.
But what was it? Like, you've got Matt Reeves over here with his Batman, which is really the only thing holding it up in my mind at this point.
yeah,
Like,
kind of.
and the Joker and all like that stuff
Mhm.
is, I think, objectively,
I mean,
everyone
the new Suicide Squad was really
The new
fun.
Suicide
Right.
Squad, which was James
That-
Gunn.
Yeah.
So
step in the right direction. But like, even going all the way back to Man of Steel, on the heels of the Nolan Batman movies, I
Totally.
remember going into Man of Steel with Christopher Nolan's name being on it
Oh,
Mhm.
right. Yeah, I forgot about
as
that.
an executive producer, and I was like,
Yeah.
this
I'm
is
excited.
Here
gonna be
I'm
we
excited.
go.
jeez. And I remember leaving going,
Wow, that's
Well,
a
and
bummer.
and I've
here's my
never
thing.
stopped feeling that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that like we've seen, and I said that, but then I loved the Batman, so
Yeah.
I'll
And the
eat my
first Wonder
words.
Woman was very decent too.
Yes,
It was a
Wonder
fun
Woman was
movie.
good.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman
I
was
just
good.
think
And even
that
Aquaman
like
was kind of enjoyable too. I saw
Yeah.
it on a plane, but I still enjoyed myself enough.
yeah, I think that it's gonna make a lot of sense. I think the HBO series that have been produced in the last couple of years. I mean, Doom Patrol. I'm really anxious for you two to watch it because I think
Sure.
it's really great.
Anxious.
I'm so anxious. But it's really great. I honestly I breezed through the first 3 seasons in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
But if James Gunn can do for DC what Kevin Feige has done for Marvel, and I think how valuable is it that James Gunn has spent so much time in Marvel?
correct.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know how this works.
Totally. And I think it's
And they don't.
Oh no, please.
No. So and they don't need to. The idea is not to carbon copy what Marvel has
no.
done, but you need
Continuity.
continuity, but good continuity.
Yes.
And we'll probably catch flack because I know the Snyder fans are
They're mad.
well,
Yeah.
they're very mad, but they really they love it, and they felt like they were done
Dipped.
dirty from the very beginning, which they very well may have been.
Well,
but,
I think I
Well,
think
you still got
it's-
the Snyder cut, you guys.
and
They did.
we all
Still
saw it.
got
It was
You got
it
to
was
watch
the
it in black
4-hour
and white
version of
even.
it was the 4-hour version of a 2-hour movie I didn't like.
Totally,
Like, it
exactly
was,
right.
You know, like it was.
It didn't make it better.
That's just my opinion. But
I completely agree. I think that the hard part for the Snyder fans is they just wanted to see it to its completion.
Yeah.
It
That's
did
fair.
feel like it left like not even in the middle, like not even quite the middle of it yet. So it's like a lot of people invested their time, which is all, time is money, like their like hard-earned dollars, like, and going to seeing those films and buying the action figures and seeing all the things, only to be told that like none of it is canon anymore and we're starting over. I mean, I understand the people being
and,
upset.
well, and then telling kind of graciously telling Henry Cavill to step away, and that's tough because
That's
yes.
hard because he's
Not to mention,
very
him
good.
being-
he's wonderful.
He's a glorious, beautiful man. But I mean, to be told, I mean, it hasn't really been confirmed yet. But I mean, the man like quit Witcher
Yeah, he
to go
Yep.
to do. Yeah.
that movie, and it was
well,
canceled.
maybe he'll have a golden parachute with
Well,
James Bond.
One
There's
can
a
only
bunch
hope.
of mess with that right now, and I knew that. I mean, James Gunn's response was like, we knew that there was going to be pushback.
It was a great
I mean,
response, I thought.
I mean, even like Patty
been coming
Jenkins,
at
like
him on
Patty
Twitter.
Patty Jenkins left Rogue Squadron
right,
to go do Wonder Woman 3,
Right.
and then they were like, JK
JK.
lols. And
Yeah.
luckily now she is back on Rogue, so like
That's good.
we're
Yep.
good. But she's like, that's really complicated, and it's people's livelihood. And
Feelings were going to be hurt.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And
There's no
it
way.
sucks.
There's no way to avoid it. But I think that the long game will be that we will end up with something that's more magical than we've had in a long time. And
there will be, and
I was gonna to finish my thought. I was gonna say that his relationship with Kevin Feige, I think, is a good thing, because I mean, I know that I'm really like greasing up my nerd nipples here, but like, if we
what
got
if we got a JLA versus Avengers?
what if we got that? What if that happened? You know what I mean? Like
Throw Godzilla in there.
why not throw Godzilla, for God's sake? Jeez.
I mean, JLA versus Avengers, like it is a four comic book arc that's amazing and would be dope as hell.
yes. Or,
Well, look, like James Gunn has
DC
already
versus Marvel. Give it to us.
James Gunn has already said, as laid breadcrumbs for the multiversal stories they'll be telling
Sure.
in DC, which opens the door for Henry Cavill to return. And
Yes.
he kind
Of
of
course it
said that
does.
already.
Well,
And
of
he
course
said
it
the
does.
same about The Rock as Black Adam, but
Yeah.
they're starting from square one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting in, like, if it ended up in the Marvel universe because, you know, they've already talked about Superman and, like, a few other things, like, being part of their, like, their pop culture in the Marvel universe, you know?
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. There's just like a bazillion characters that are really cool
Yeah.
that we could see instead of like a 700th like Superman movie.
Totally.
Like,
And it's and James Gunn is the guy that will do that. He loves the weird characters.
yeah,
Like,
he
that's
loves the
his-
weird stuff.
but for the time
I read something that says that like part of this like master plan is to incorporate Viola Davis's Amanda Waller and as absolute much as possible because in the comics Waller like
Yeah.
Oh, she's a big
Waller
deal.
is
She's Nick
able
Fury.
to she is able to get every villain and just like F everything up. And
Great.
I'm so excited.
That's
Yeah.
and who could have, like,
And it's Viola Davis.
it's fucking Viola Davis.
I cannot
yes.
believe DC in its current form got her to do it.
Truly, I know.
I cannot believe it.
Like, the timing must
they
have been just
nabbed her up.
perfect for
I mean,
her. But yeah, it is pretty incredible. Yeah.
well,
But
should
for
we
the
talk?
time being, it sounds like but the Matt Reeves Batman is going to be separate.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
which you know what I think that's a good
I think
thing.
that's good. I think that's good.
Yes.
They've got a good thing going over there. Just
Correct.
Let him finish it.
Yeah.
Whatever
well,
that is.
Well, shall we talk about what's coming up this 2023 year?
It's a lot.
Many things.
I-
Dino, do you want to read us the Star Wars list? You got that pulled up?
I will read our list for us.
Great.
So what we've got in 2023,
That's next year.
just in a few days.
In 1
fact.
month.
My
And not
gosh.
even a
Ju-
month.
just Star Wars alone.
Yes, here's
We've
Star
got
Wars.
Bad Patch Season 2,
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian Season 3.
Oh my god.
We've got Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, Star Wars Visions Volume 2, the Ahsoka series, Skeleton.
Skill what?
That's it.
It's Skeleton Crew.
Oh, sorry, you
you
blooped out again.
froze.
Skeleton.
Skeleton
I froze.
Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
Thank
excuse
you,
me.
thank you.
And that
And that's
rounds
it.
out the Star
that's,
Wars.
That's
slate.
just the small little teeny
That's
list.
so much. I what,
Okay.
out of all those, what are you the most excited about?
Oh,
It's
I think
hard.
it's gonna be. Oh, I think it's gonna be a tie for Mando season 3 and Ahsoka.
Me too.
Yeah. Easily.
But I'm also really excited about Skeleton Crew. I mean,
know,
freaking
me too.
Jude Law. Jude Law.
I love him. He's so sexy and cute.
Although it sounds like production has been an absolute mess, though.
Really?
I don't know if you
Really?
read that, but
that's a
Dang
shame.
it.
Well, production meaning like the like writing and all that, or
the actual making of it has not apparently been fun.
oh, how
Yeah, I know that they're
unfortunate.
currently in production. So
Oh, I don't think I realized that.
But
Oh.
no, another big year for Star Wars. Amandoverse is speeding to its conclusion.
hmm
Although I
All
think
Di- all
I think
Disney
they're doing a
Plus
season
series,
4.
no-
I think they're doing a season 4, but
yes, season 4, but
Will be
all
the end
Disney
of it.
Plus, no movies.
Yeah,
which guess what? That's okay.
it is okay.
I don't mind waiting.
No, truly. I
and-
mean,
Do it
like,
right.
just do it right. Exactly right. Totally.
And like
don't
if it's all gonna be like Andor moving forward,
do that.
my God.
But truly,
there-
I really hope I you know they're not idiots, and I think that they're listening and they hear us and they see what works and what doesn't, and they're gonna yeah they're
But you
waiting
know
for
what?
a reason.
And this, yes, I agree. But you know what? I think this is going to be a controversial statement.
You're
But
so
as far as
controversial.
Kathleen Kennedy goes, she needs to stop listening to fans.
Well, you're not wrong in that sense. Well,
they
it's-
wrote Rise of Skywalker from Reddit.
I mean,
they
here-
have got
yeah.
to
They did.
stop.
They did.
yes, there. Well,
And
there's
this goes back to the point about Andor. Nobody asked for it, but you delivered the goods.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
Sometimes it's about giving us a new perspective on Star Wars that we didn't even know we needed. And
You're absolutely right.
but it's walking a tightrope in that I don't mean just ignore fans altogether.
Yeah.
Sure, but there's got to be balance.
Don't take notes from what works and what doesn't. But
We just have to understand that the fans are not great writers.
They're
and-
not. Most of them aren't
Yeah,
writers.
I mean,
so
listen,
Neither was
like,
George
if
Lucas.
they like listen to them when they say like I enjoyed this or I didn't enjoy this, definitely listen to them in that sense. But like
Yep.
when they're saying like, "Oh, I know what should happen. You should have this character like meet this character and like they should bang." I like I think you could probably not. Yeah, like the people like you're right. Like there was probably some fan fiction about Kylo Ren and fucking
Right.
Ray.
There was.
yeah, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, sure. Somebody thought of it." So it's probably something that people want.
That was. I will never forget. I will never forget that. Just the strange reaction that happened
The
in our
laughter.
movie theater when that
There was
happened.
laughter.
Yeah, it wasn't what should have been.
Yeah. It's very,
But
very weird.
But now it seems like they're with all the announced movie productions and then the cancellations or the pausing of them and then the re-announcements of them. I think they're terrified to fail.
Yeah. Well, good. Good.
I guess.
I want them to do it
Well, I know,
right.
but sometimes that makes it a little
But-
spooky.
But go get a
can.
writer like Tony Gilroy, or go get a filmmaker like Patty Jenkins, who is going to say, yes, I like Star Wars fine, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm just here to make a good...
I want to make
I'm
a
just here
good
to make
movie. I want
either
to make a
good
good
television
TV
or a
show.
good movie.
Yeah,
Tell a good
totally.
story with
absolutely.
with
Tony
very-
Gilroy was not interested in servicing fans, and we were better for it.
Yeah, we just got compelling characters with good storytelling and great writing. And
with
also
lesbians that they didn't kill.
and lesbians they didn't kill. Oh my
Yet.
God.
Yet, not yet. I speak
They'll
to
be
Yeah.
dead in season 2.
Yeah.
season 2, first 5
Episode
minutes.
'Cause, yeah.
They both just like
Episode 1.
simultaneously
my way.
explode.
Episode 1, minute 1. Oh my God. Just immediate explosion, dead.
Oh boy.
One can only hope. Oh no, I got so distracted by dead lesbians. What do I don't remember what I was saying?
Writers, people that are not trying to do fan service.
Yeah, they're just
Kathleen
they're-
Kennedy.
There's just a lot of really good, oh, and also, not shying away from giving us like actual landscapes and real sets and stuff too, which is it's an investment,
nice.
but it does make a difference and it looks amazing.
As much as we love the volume, it's just
The
nice to
volume
be
is
on.
cool
It's just
as
really
hell.
nice to be on practical sets. It
And I
just
think that
is.
they should continue to use the volume to the nth degree, and like but not to use it as a crutch.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like use it
Yep.
to help, because there are things that you can do on the volume. I think that would look better than like using a green screen, for instance.
Oh, hands down.
But if you're gonna do it like in like to replace a a wide shot of like a vista, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
go find a vista that looks really dope and like add some weird creatures to it to make it look, but like I think you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Because
and
like
and as
that
far
in
as-
Andor did make a difference for me. I was like, this looks like more lush.
But as far as the movies go going forward, just take your time and and just get people in the room who, yes, understand what Star Wars is, but have their own ideas of what it can be.
Yeah, and wait until you have a good story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And play with all of the toys in the sandbox. Like what we've harped on this since the beginning of this podcast. It's like it doesn't need to revolve around the Skywalkers anymore. That story will always be there. That is literally the heart and soul of Star Wars. But there's so many
But
other
we're good to
delicious
hear
organs
lots of
in
other
the body.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh God, we
And
didn't
for
even...
the love of God, at some point, please give me a Dr. Aphra series.
Yeah, that'd be
please.
cute.
Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say,
good. So good.
we haven't like talked about it yet, but my new boyfriend Cal Kestis, he's got a
Yeah.
new video game coming out soon, and it looks really
Excited.
good.
And
Yes.
it runs concurrently with Kenobi, which is interesting.
Which is
so we'll
cool,
see if
yeah.
there's any little...
Oh, there
Mhm.
absolutely
Oh, there
is gonna
will be.
some like more than a tip of the hat, I would imagine. But I just think it's so funny. There's a I'm sure none of you know this, but this is really only for me and the other queers out there. But there's if you play it on your PC, there is a mod that you can download. Obviously not sanctioned by Disney, obviously. Sure. But you can make Cal Kestis basically like completely nude.
Oh my gosh!
Could you imagine running through
He's
some of
like
those environments
really
nude?
hot.
That's so dangerous.
He's really attractive. I digress.
Oh wow! Well, you're
Anyways,
definitely gonna do that. So report back to us.
I'll let
after
you
you've
know.
Done that.
I'll let you
Or
know.
don't.
Daniel, do you have the list pulled up that I sent you?
Oh yes. For
you can read the Marvel.
I can read.
2023. Good luck.
Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. I don't know if I can read, but we'll see. So for Marvel, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania, oh
Yeah.
my wee. What If Season 2, oh my gosh. Secret Invasion, Guardians Volume 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Marvels, Echo, not about a dolphin, Loki Season 2.
Yay!
Wait, you never played Echo the Dolphin on
No.
Sega Genesis?
Just keep
No,
going.
I didn't
Yeah.
have a
Alright, never
Sega.
mind.
Sorry.
How embarrassing. Loki Season 2, Kraven the Hunter, Ironheart, X-Men 97, Agatha Covenant of Chaos.
Might
Oh
be
my gosh.
might be 2020 early 2024. They haven't given us a date. It
Sure.
says late 2023, early 2024.
Well,
So
if they
that makes
know
me
it's
think
good for them. They'll release it in Halloween
2024.
Wait, I was gonna say they need to drop that on Halloween.
That would be
Yeah.
smart of them, but
It
they
would be
probably
cute.
won't.
because they won't
There's
have
a
it.
lot of stuff going on in the
Oh my
fall.
God, they're. I was saying on text message, but I'll say it here so everybody knows. They are gay baiting so hard for
With Coven of Chaos.
It is literally.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the news, Patty LaPone has been added to the cast.
Patty effing LaPone.
As has Aubrey Plaza.
Oh
I
my
mean, yeah,
I'm thrilled.
they
I'm,
don't need to do any more to get the gays to watch that show.
Listen,
It's
we are
already
going to
to
watch
watch
it.
it.
already going
after-
to watch it.
We're going
After
to watch
it
it.
was Agatha all along, they were all
Exactly.
On board.
After that, they heard that song and their rainbow spirits lifted out of their couch, and that's the way it was.
Who's
Will
been
Mephisto show up in
singing
that
on
show?
Broadway? It was Patty LaPone all along.
Oh gosh, I don't want to hear her sing that. That will be horrible.
Uh,
What are you
The
two
witches who
most
lunch.
Oh my God, the witches are led. Get out. Get out.
what are you two most excited about from that ginormous list of content?
It is ginormous. It is pretty
I'm
hard
actually going to
choose.
go with the first title on that list,
Ant-Man and the Wasp, yeah.
Quantumania.
Quantumania. I think I mentioned this on the show before. I went to school with the writer
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
Sick.
of Ant-Man, and he's also now responsible for Secret War, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Jesus.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
No pressure.
But I'm
no pressure.
excited. I'm excited for the first post Endgame movie that's really going to start moving
Mm-hmm.
the entire universe forward.
Yeah, season 4 felt like the
Phase
everything
4.
is a shambles. Let's all take a breath and mourn. And now season 5, we're like, okay, let's start moving into a new
Yeah, it was
direction.
grief and reconciliation and
And they had to do that because if they would
Yeah.
have just
Yeah.
glazed over and went straight into like, sorry, this is life post blip, we would have been like,
No,
whoa.
Phase 4 was putting the pieces back together.
Sorry, Iron Man.
Sometimes
When you're dead, you're dead.
successfully, yeah. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not. But now, I want to start seeing the Avengers kind
Hell
of
yeah.
start coming back together.
It's
That's just
gonna
Not to
happen.
so much
mention,
fun.
like,
Yeah.
seeing Kang, like, because we've seen Kang and Loki,
Mhm.
but it was, like, in a very, like, as he said
Remains.
himself, like, it's, like,
Yeah.
the nicest form you're going to find.
Yeah.
So, like, seeing him in his, like, his true, like,
Well,
intense
and-
form, like, it's going to be very cool to see.
And following very closely behind for me is Loki season 2.
Same.
Me too. I'm so
Totally.
excited.
Yeah.
It might be in first place for me, honestly.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm probably in the same boat as you. Dino.
Oh gosh, there's a lot that I'm really excited for.
Yeah, are you? What's your boat look like?
I think I have a 3-way tie
Mm.
between Secret Invasion,
Secret Invasion's gonna be dope as hell too.
Yeah.
Loki
Olivia
season
Colman?
2.
Are you kidding me?
Olivia Colman. We have Olivia Colman in the MCU.
Effing awesome.
Okay, so it's a 3-way tie between Secret Invasion, Loki season 2, and Ironheart.
Ironheart's gonna be cool too.
I
I've
think
read
Ironheart's
all.
probably-
I've read
yeah.
all of the Ironheart comics, and I loved the way that they introduced her in
Yeah.
Black Panther, and I'm very excited to be spending time with her. She's like the most perfect Riri Williams.
We were talking about this too when we did Wakanda Forever.
Mhm.
Do you think that Tony
Mhm.
Stark,
Will be her
yes,
Jarvis.
yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, we heard her the inside of we heard it.
well, oh
in
right, you're right. We
Black
did hear the
Panther,
inside of her suit,
and
yeah.
it wasn't Tony.
That's super
But
fair.
if they did that, I'd be thrilled. I would love it.
Yeah,
And the more
It
the
would
more
be
I've-
a way to sort of keep him around, which
Yeah.
But the more I've thought about it since you and I talked about it, Daniel, in that
Yeah.
episode, because we also talked about how Ryan Coogler mentioned that Riri will have a complicated relationship with Tony Stark, or their dynamic, because I don't believe they knew each other, but
they did not. No.
but more than likely
but something
like,
about
some kind
Tony's
of-
legacy, I think this was just me reading, but it was something about Tony's legacy doesn't sit right with Riri, or
Yeah, because I mean, like they could not be
So-
more different as far as like socioeconomic life struggles.
Well, yeah, it could
all
be
of
a
the
very
things.
interesting story to tell because she went to MIT, which in the MCU canon, he basically funded every MIT student. It was basically like, you get funded, and you're getting funded, you're all getting funded. So I mean, they could tell a story where, like, for some reason, like, she didn't get the funding for something that she wanted to do, or who knows what. I don't know. Could be interesting.
I think if we my original thought was if we were going to see Tony again, it would be in that form, because that there's
Yeah,
precedent for it.
That would make sense. I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
we'll see.
My prediction on Tony, I don't think it'll be Ironheart necessarily. I think we will see Flesh and Blood Robert Downey Jr. in
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, yeah, that would be pretty weird. I feel like it's bound to happen.
yeah. I mean, if they're gonna pull a freaking.
And by the
what-
time that movie had come out, almost 10 years will have passed.
Oh,
It'll
I
be
can't wait for. I
2026.
cannot wait for the sound of the movie theater when that happens.
Well, no
We're all
matter
gonna be
where we
so
are, we all
old.
have to make a blood pact that no matter where we
We
are in
have
the
to be
country,
together.
we will end up
Yes.
in the same spot.
I'm gonna
to,
be
uh,
almost 50 when that comes out.
You're not gonna be almost 50, Daniel. It's 3 years from now.
It's 3 years from now,
4
Daniel.
years from now.
You're not going to be
What?
50 in
I'm
3
gonna be
years.
500 years
Oh
old.
my gosh. Oh, boy.
jeez. I am gonna be in my 40s though. Wow.
Wow.
So
know.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You'll be wiser. Well, if you are a DC fan, here are the projects that are coming out in
And we are
2023.
DC fans.
I
Just maybe not
am
DCU
definitely.
fans.
I am more than you two for sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think I'm a Batman fan. That's what I am.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
So we have the final season of The Flash, season 9 on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I like the Flash TV show. Yes. And then after that, we have the Shazam Fury of the Gods. Then we have the Flash movie, which apparently is still going
I cannot
forward.
believe that. I
pretty
cannot
blown away
believe
by
that
that.
James Gunn came in and
It's
said
pretty wild,
that can
but
keep happening.
that's happening.
You know
I
what?
mean-
I'm actually interested to hear if he somehow brings back Batgirl.
It's
I'm not
still, I mean, the project that was like slated for 2024 has been canceled.
Wait, was it Batgirl? Am I crazy? The one that like was already in the can and they just
They
didn't
can't.
do
Yeah,
it?
and they just did
Yes.
not release it. Yes.
Then there was talks of another Batgirl being
Oh.
made and being released in 2024, and that was also canceled.
Whoops.
I also suspect, and I have nothing to base this off of, that Batgirl was not good.
Assumedly.
You know, that
It
sounds
deserved to be
like
seen.
that.
but-
It did. It
That's
absolutely
separate from
did.
my
They
feelings
made,
about
they
it
made that
needing to be
movie.
seen.
Yeah.
They made that movie. Yeah.
And a lot of people went to a lot of trouble.
Uh-huh.
And that was really a disgusting maneuver.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Truly
also
horrific.
suspect it was not good.
That's a fair
If
assumption.
Catwoman got seen,
Right.
for goodness
God,
sake.
they did
Then
that.
we have Blue Beetle, Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom, and finally in late 2023, Peacemaker season 2. So those are all the slated
How
on
do we-
time DC projects.
How do we reconcile what's coming out in DC knowing full well something else is being
It's hard.
created entirely?
I
Or are they going to somehow incorporate some of it?
Well, from what I understand, it is that. I think they are going to try to explain certain things. Like, I think that, what's his face from Shazam? That actor.
Oh, what is his name?
Yeah.
Zachary Levi.
Yes,
Zachary
Zachary
Levi.
Levi. He has said that basically his job is, like, fine. He's, like, good. He's still going to be
Okay.
him. Whether or not that means his story is, his story thus far is canon or not, I don't think that they've had any crossover yet with any of the other DCU titles. Well, he's only done one movie, right? And
Yeah.
This is
And
the
no,
second
they
he
haven't.
didn't show up in any of the other films.
He has not.
Yeah, so I think that he's pretty safe, from what I understand. And anything that was about to be in this next movie, they probably would just easily cut it,
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, we know for sure, like, well, Flash is. I'm very confused about the Flash.
Me too,
But,
because they
um,
they said that so in the Flash movie, the news was that both Wonder Woman and Superman were making a cameo.
And Michael Keaton's Batman
Oh right,
is
yes.
in it.
Yeah.
He's still in it.
He's
but
still in it.
Yeah, but Superman
Well, yeah,
and
because they're
Wonder
doing
Woman,
Flashpoint. I mean, if you're doing Flashpoint, you have to have. You have to.
yeah.
So
But yes, so Superman and Wonder Woman were supposed to be in it, and now they are being cut out of it. But the question is like if that Flash and Superman and Wonder Woman are not going to be like what's the point? Just leave them in it and just let us see what they were gonna do. I don't know.
yeah, it's weird.
It does feel weird. It does feel weird.
And then now we're being it makes me sad from
Messy,
a selfish standpoint of being deprived of Michael Keaton getting to do a Batman Beyond movie.
That is the biggest hurt for sure. Whether or not that means that it won't happen, I think that maybe it's possible that, I hate to compare him to Elon Musk, but it's possible that Gunn came in and just was clean wash, and then slowly but surely he's ooh, but actually we are gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull.
Yeah, could
I
be.
think that's absolutely the case. Where I just need to empty the desk and then put
Yes.
things back in that I know I'm going to keep. And
I mean, yeah, maybe not quite as much as Elon Musk did to Twitter, but yeah, kind of on that vein.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
But one can only hope and dream, because I really it would
Truly.
be a magical thing to have that.
When is the second Joker movie coming out?
Oh,
not
that's a
till
good question.
2024.
Seriously?
Correct.
That blows my
Yeah.
mind.
It's going to be a music.
Uh-oh.
What?
Dino,
He's gone.
blink if you're... Oh, there you are.
Oh.
No, you guys froze
Repeat that
too.
for me.
It's going to be a musical.
I
Yes.
know. How thrilling.
Crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited about that. With freaking Lady
And
Gaga.
I was worried, but now that James Gunn is there, I'm not worried. I think that
Yeah, I'm not
like,
either.
I think
I mean, I
that
wasn't
that's-
worried even without him, because
I was. I genuinely was.
I'm excited for DC in a way that I just haven't been from the beginning. I've always enjoyed Batman, but
Now you got to watch the butts. You got to
I
watch those
definitely need to
killer
watch the
butts
butts.
on Doom
1000%
Patrol.
need to watch the butts. I just
It's so weird. All the things that happen on that show are so weird, but it has so much heart.
but I think
And yeah,
the going back to the musical of the Joker film, I think it's gonna I think it would be the way his mind works, it's gonna fit so well. I can already see that, like, I mean, it might not be this and it might be garbage, but I can imagine that, like, you know, because he has these like psychotic like visions. Like, I just imagine like him having like these crazy
musical
psychotic
visions.
things. Yeah, it becomes like a musical, but like in actuality, he's like murdering like a lot of people at this, like, while he's like dancing. There's like blood everywhere. I think it can be so good and really dark and terrifying. Yeah, I'm as far as DC goes, that's like the thing that I'm the most thrilled about coming up soon.
yeah, I think it's meant to be early 2024.
Well,
so
they
that's
better get it together.
That's good.
Yeah,
There's a lot. There's a lot of 2024 projects, slated already. But who knows what's gonna happen there?
Maybe it'll be our first episode of the new year. But
Oh, maybe.
I think our first. Sorry, I keep cutting in and out.
No, that's all right.
Our first episode of the new year might be right on the heels of James Gunn's announcement. He said early January he was gonna start unveiling like a new Superman
timeline.
project. Yeah,
Great.
kind of where they're going. So that'll be fun to cover.
Phase 1, I guess. Question
Yeah,
mark.
phase 1.2,
Yeah.
2.1.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
You know what? To go back to Marvel, actually, what I'm most excited for, and it's not in 2023, it's 2024, is Thunderbolts and Captain America.
Oh,
because they're going to be really closely tied together, and Armor Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's a
those
lot of
three-
great. There's a lot of great stuff.
because we're getting this is kind of a good segue because we're getting Harrison Ford in the MCU
Ooh,
to take up Thunderbolt Ross. But we're getting Harrison Ford back next year for the thing I am most excited for:
Oh,
Indy
baby.
5?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That thing looks sick. It like that
Looks great.
that
The
trailer.
de-aging looks stupid.
Yes.
And by stupid, I mean
Scary.
unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah, very scary. The trailer was thrilling. Had my nipples all tingly. Yeah. And he looks terrifyingly amazing, like being de-aged. Yeah.
And James Mangold is kind of the perfect director that I didn't know we needed to follow up Spielberg for this because of how he handled Hugh Jackman's Logan
Oh
at
yeah.
the end of his life.
Yep.
Mm.
And
With such reverence.
I think that's going to be beautiful to watch with Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. I'm curious what you think that the Dial of Destiny, is that what it's called? What the Dial of Destiny does.
I think there's going to be some time travel.
Me too. I mean,
You're wrong.
And Mads
It's just a
Mikkelsen is a
sundial.
Nazi.
It's just a sundial.
it could be just a sundown.
It's a bar of dial soap.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wash yourself. In
The director like did a interview and said that, like, you know, the movie will start in the 40s, I think. they said.
1944. Yep.
Yes. And then it very quickly gets into the 60s.
To 1969. I
so
think
what
the
we're-
year of the moon launch.
So yeah, all the old stuff that we see in the trailer allegedly is from that
the first 15 minutes of the movie.
right, exactly. So so, you know, it's possible there is no time travel, but like from the looks of that trailer, it just made us feel like, oh.
I don't know why. Yeah.
And also you think about a dial, you like turn back the dial
Right.
the dial of time. I don't know. Yeah, I totally got those vibes too. It would be dope.
And Mads Mikkelsen as a scary Nazi. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. I'm
What more
ready
could you
for
want?
it.
Yeah.
Put it in my eyeballs now.
Wow. What a time. What a time to be a nerd.
Yeah, my God. And I mean, I was gonna say that you know, I'm not 100%. We're not 100% sure yet if we're gonna be covering it, but I guess it depends. So there's another thing that we haven't covered yet that I would be really sad if we didn't. But the new Avatar movie. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Neither
Dino
of
and
my
I,
friends have
Dino
seen
and
it
I
yet.
have not seen it yet.
Yes. But it is something to talk about. It is numerous things to say. But I'm
Great.
not
Well,
gonna say
that-
'em.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it in IMAX over this holiday break, and then maybe we'll make that appointment. We'll
Just so
make that
you're aware,
appointment recording.
Don't sit in the front row.
because I've done a lot of research about. Seriously, I didn't know like there was really any difference until I saw Dune. Because there was aspect ratios
Mhm.
were like,
Yeah.
if you wanted to see like the big version, there was only like a couple. I think the only one like within 50 miles of me is the one that's in the City Walk.
Yeah, Universal City. Yep.
has like the biggest aspect ratio. But for
Yeah.
Avatar, the thing about this one, it's not about the aspect ratio, it's about the frame rate. So if you want to see the high frame rate, you got to find one of the IMAX that does that, because they don't all do that.
Oh, that's dumb.
I know.
I
But
think
yeah.
Universal City does it not?
It doesn't.
It
Which was
doesn't.
very
Oh.
surprising. So
But
I know
they're
the one
big,
near
but they
the-
don't do high frame rate.
The
But
one,
Irvine does, Daniel.
Irvine did, and also the Grauman's Chinese, or actually
Okay.
TCL or whatever. It's not Grauman
Yeah.
anymore, but yeah.
I know the one in New York that's not far from me, Lincoln Square, does it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
worst
make
case,
sure
I think
you-
there's one in Houston too. That I think I have one here that'll be able to.
But yeah, that's the way that James Cameron intended it
Yeah.
to be seen.
I don't think there's any other way to see that. So.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, there's times where I could save that for the review if we end up doing it, but there's times that it kind of like makes it look a little video gamey, but like
Yeah.
it's
sure.
it's dope. It is very, very cool to see.
Well,
um,
okay then.
Fine.
Fine, if you
Well-
say so. Well, any other thoughts and feelings before we?
We've got a loaded agenda for next year, and my
A
hope
gay agenda.
we have
So
the gay
much on the
agenda
gay
ready for
agenda.
next year.
We
but
sure do.
as we speed towards year 3, I think I speak for everyone here. Where I thank you for being along for the journey as we continue to grow this little by little. And my hope for
Yeah.
next year is that
And we still
our
love
lives.
all of our, we still all love all of our friends in Iceland and
Yeah.
France.
Yes, specifically
We have
our
not
Icelandic
forgotten you.
listeners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really,
I hope
honestly,
to come. I hope to come to Reykjavik someday
Ah.
and maybe do a live show.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be cool.
I think we need to do it.
That'd be so awesome.
We'll just open for Bjork.
Yeah,
right.
That works, right?
But my hope in 2023 is that is that we can all be together more
Inside.
frequently.
But also,
Sorry, Dino.
same. I
We're-
know.
No, it's okay. I hope Bjork can join us too, but I hope we can all be together more frequently.
Me
and,
too.
Oh,
I
me
miss it so
too.
much.
Me too.
I'm
And,
gonna
and
figure out.
we will endeavor to make that happen
Yes, damn it.
because this is a lot of fun to do, and I hope you have as much fun listening to it as we do talking about all this stuff.
Truly,
Yeah.
it is. We have a blast doing it, and we love that. Like all of our friends. I always get text messages from my friends being like, "I watched your episode," and like, la, 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 la. I have so many thoughts and feelings.
So
it
nice.
makes me happy.
It's much appreciated, and continue to get involved. And as Daniel just said, we have it on YouTube, so you can watch us there.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram
That's a
at
growing
Inside the
little community
Tauntaun.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you more often and get a part of the dialogue because we know everything, but we'd love to hear your opinions.
Right.
We'd love
Yes.
to hear why we don't know everything.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
But-
totes.
But
Um,
Merry
well,
Christmas and
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
Hanukkah
Happy New Year
and
to
all
you
the rest.
both.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
And happy
Happy
holidays,
holidays.
people. Yes. This is the last episode of 2022 of
Oh,
Inside the Tauntaun
I got so nervous.
podcast.
James Gunn has stepped into this podcast and has removed myself and Daniel.
It is now
Um,
canceled.
Yes, I'm Alyssa Simmons.
And I'm Daniel Dawson.
And I'm Dino Nicandros.
May the force be with you.
Always.
Inside the Tauntaun podcast. Please like and subscribe.